All right, how are you doing out there? This is Mr. Emmons. Just trying to give you a quick video overview of the Delta Math assignment that we have for today, and focused on this skill of composition of functions. Now, this is meant to be sort of a review of some earlier algebra skills prior to maybe some more complicated composition function type problems where we aren't substituting a numerical value and getting a numerical value out, but rather substituting expressions and getting expressions out. So this is, again, meant to be an introduction and review of earlier skills. So to get started, given g of x equals 2 times x minus 2, find g of 5. Right? This should mean we're going to take g of x equals 2x minus 2, and we're going to substitute for x. What are we putting in its place? The 5. All right, this is saying x equals 5. So we wanted to determine then g of 5. All right, some practice with the notation. But otherwise, you're following the order of operations. 2 times 5 is 10, minus 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. So as a final answer, g of 5 is equal to 8. All right. It's not necessarily a composition function or functions, right? But you're essentially at this point substituting and evaluating. Sure, right. This one's number 2 is the same. It's even the same function, just a different x value. Number 3, it's a linear function, as is number 4 and 5 as well. 6, I hope you can tell, is quadratic, but same idea. Okay, f of x is equal to the opposite of x squared minus x. Okay, we're substituting for x. So f of negative 4 is equal to, keep that negative or opposite symbol, changing x to negative 4, that gets squared, minus changing x to negative 4. So this equals the opposite of negative 4 squared is 16, minus, I'm just going to do one step at a time. So this is negative 16. This will then be plus 4, and that equals negative 12. So f of negative 4 equals negative 12. All right. All right. Number 7 as well is going to be quadratic. So very similarly. But yeah, sure, there are 3 terms. So, but you'll be fine. Plugging in the negative 10, following the order of operations, and saying f of negative 10 equals whatever number you get. Okay, what I'm interested in getting to, and what's a little bit different, will be number 11, which is certainly more of a composition of functions. And there's a couple of different ways to write this. Okay, this f composition g, I really don't even know how to read that. I'm not always the biggest fan of notation, but that's meant to even be seen as the f of the g of x. What? Right? Or we're going to find the f of the g of negative 2. So what that means is, working from the inside out, we're first going to find g of negative 2, and then whatever number that is, we'll find the f of whatever that number is. Okay, so let's work on that first. Let's say number 1, g of negative 2. Okay, g of x equals negative 2 times x minus 5. So g of negative 2 is equal to negative 2, replacing the x with a negative 2, minus a 5. G of negative 2 is equal to, multiplying, that's 4, minus 5. G of negative 2 equals negative 1. All right. So in trying to find the f of g of negative 2, we just figured out that g of negative 2 is negative 1. So we're trying to find f of negative 1. All right. Doing that next, then, right, f of x is equal to 2x squared, 2 times x squared, plus 7 times x plus 8. So f of negative 1 now, 2, replacing the x with a negative 1, squared, plus 7, replacing the x with a -1, plus 8. And now following the order of operations, -1 squared is 1. Rewriting the rest, then multiplication, 2 times 1 is 2. Positive 7 times -1 is -7. And then plus 8. Now we can, from left to right, 2 minus 7 is -5. Plus 8 gives me 3. So yes, f of -1 is equal to 3. But ultimately, you're, I guess, saying that the f compose. I know it looks like the word fog. Um, all of that is equal to 3. So, I mean, I'd accept this, or obviously showing all of the work and getting down to a final answer of 3. I'm not going to be too particular about how you express your final answer, but this is the process. All right, taking that value of -2, plugging it into one function, and then into another. All right, taking that value of -2, plugging it into one function, g, getting out a number, taking that number, and plugging it into a second function, in this case f, following all of those steps to get a final answer of 3. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Good luck. You should be able to complete this assignment in Delta Math, and we'll connect in class tomorrow. Thanks for watching.